sentence in a book I wasn't seeking. It started with a face that didn't match the name I'd given. It started with a quiet in the argument I'd made, a place where the certainty began to fray. Not a crisis, not a revelation, nothing loud or clean, just a small thing sitting slightly wrong inside the seam. The way a thread will pull before the fabric shows the gap. Something doesn't fit, the map is not the map. Something doesn't fit, something doesn't fit. The story I was given doesn't cover all of it. Something I was certain of is asking to be checked. Something doesn't fit, and I can't unknow it yet. I tried to fit the something back inside the frame. I tried the explanations and the someone else to blame. I tried the confirmation of the crowd that still agreed. I tried the fast thought one more time to see if it could lead me back to where I started, to the comfort of the known. But the something that didn't fit had found itself a home right in the center of the story I've been telling all along. The something doesn't fit, and staying doesn't make it wrong. Something doesn't fit, something doesn't fit. The story I was given doesn't cover all of it. Something I was certain of is asking to be checked. Something doesn't fit, and I can't unknow it yet. There's a grief in this that nobody prepares you for. The map you've been living in is opening a door you didn't ask to open, and the room on the other side doesn't look like anything you've carried as your guide. And the people who live with you inside the certainty may not want to follow through the door that you now see. And the cost of stepping through it is a cost you'll name in time. Something doesn't fit, and the something might be mine. Something doesn't fit, something doesn't fit. The story I was given doesn't cover all of it. Something I was certain of is asking to be checked. Something doesn't fit, and I can't unknow it yet. But here is what I found inside the gap the something made. It isn't nothing on the other side, the map has frayed. There are people I had simplified into a name, who turned out to be people much like me, who came from the same confusion and the same desire to know, who were standing in the same story years ago, who found the same thread pulling at the same uncertain seam. Something doesn't fit is how the real begins. So I'm holding what I know and what I now cannot unknow. I'm standing in the gap between the fast and the slow, not arrived at any answer, not yet ready with a name for the thing that is replacing what I used to claim. But the something that doesn't fit is not a thing to fear. It's the first honest moment, it's first time I was here, fully in the world as it is, not as I was told. Something doesn't fit, and that's how the story gets whole. Something doesn't fit,